in the previous lesson, we installed the React developer tools for our Chrome web browser. And in this lesson, I want to give you a quick introduction to how this extension works. So I have opened up my React developer tools, and as a reminder, the way you can do the same is by right-clicking, choosing Inspect, and that will bring up your Chrome developer tools. And here you should see two new tabs, Components as well as Profiler, and those are both coming from React DevTools. For now, we can click into Components, and as we can see here on the left-hand side, we see a hierarchy of all of the React components that are currently within our app. So this is similar to the Elements Inspector, except of course, the Elements Inspector is showing us HTML elements, while this one is showing us the component hierarchy. And this can be super helpful, especially when you are new to a code base. If you are loading a page and it has 100 components, this can allow you to focus on the one you're looking for and identify, for example, hey, this component is called taco card, and then you can go look in the code base for a tacocard.jsx file to locate that specific component. Because many times the Elements Inspector will just give you, for example, the div or the p tag, and you might not be sure where it's actually coming from in the code base. This will help you out. So we can see an entire hierarchical structure, and you can of course collapse any of these components. And if you expand them, you'll also see their child components. So here we can clearly tell that everything kicks off with the app component, which renders 3 taco cards, and then each taco card also renders its own add to order button component. A super cool feature is within any one of these components, once we click it, on the right-hand side, we're going to see all of the props that are flowing into it, as well as all of the props values. So for example, right now, the name prop is set to Soft Taco Supreme, but I can edit it right here in browser. So I can click into here and simply say something like, my delicious taco, type in that string and press enter, and the prop will update. And because the React component updates whenever its prop updates, we'll immediately see the change on screen. So this can be super helpful when you want to debug props within the browser. You can see what the result will be whenever you edit one or more props, or maybe get rid of one or more props. Then below that, we can also see the sequence of render. So what component is rendering what? So we can see here that this taco card component, which is highlighted, by the way, in the UI as soon as we select it in the developer tools. On the right-hand side, we can see that the taco card is rendered by the app component, which itself is being rendered by the create root function that is coming from index.js. And here it will also tell us that we are using React DOM 18.2. So we sort of have the complete history or order of render for the specific component that we are looking into. So of course, that is a very quick introduction to the React developer tools, but feel free to click around and explore those two tabs. You'll see there's a lot of helpful information about your React app. Again, this is super helpful for debugging and just for finding out generally what your structure looks like, what is the component hierarchy, and also editing the components on the fly to get things to work. We haven't even discovered all of React's other features, but as we discover them, you'll also see there are complementary features within the developer tools to help you edit those things as well, just so that you don't have to do all your work in the editor. You can just jump to your browser and edit and see how those changes will reflect in the UI. Okay, that's all there is to cover in this lesson, so I will see you in the next one.